Hello, Professor and fellow classmates. My name is Kalen Kroft. First and last name both start with a K. I'm 41 years old. I'm 6'2", 280 pounds. I'm a fairly large guy. My wife, on the other hand, is 5'2", a whole foot shorter. Her name is Christy, also starting with a K. I have two children, my son and my daughter, Kai and Kay. And yes, both their names start with a K. As a matter of fact, that was my one stipulation when naming our children, is that they had to start with a K. So my wife, knowing that I like Japanese, went and gone and did one step better. She named my daughter, who's 2, Kai, which means ocean, and my son, who's 3 months, K, which means wisdom. We all live on the north side of San Bernardino, so recently my family and a whole horde of my neighbors had to evacuate due to the fires. Nevertheless, I'm still here because let's face it, these classes are expensive, right? Well, these classes are actually my roadmap. So in essence, they are pretty priceless. So currently I'm working as a custodian and in the field of education. And I've got a lot of friends who tell me that I should be a teacher, but instead I went into vocational school where I earned 2 certificates for computer repair. And due to the economic downturns at the time when I earned them, it didn't really pan out too well. So now I'm in school to earn my bachelor's degree, which will function as a minimum for my children to achieve when they get older. I chose to teach because, one, a lot of my friends teach, so I have a lot of support in that area. 2, is because me and my wife love to vacation. I'll be on the same schedule with my children, so we'll be able to take family vacations and trips. One of my strengths is when I warm up to people that I'm actually pretty funny off the cuff. And, sometimes I have a lot of zingers just in the middle of a conversation. And so my Hispanic friend, who's a librarian, taught me a phrase to say, next time I have one of these zingers, I can bust out with, no contaban con mi astucia. And I'm supposed to shake like this because it's from a Mexican comedian named Chapulín Colorado. And it means they didn't count on my cleverness. But in all seriousness, I hate to see people struggling. And so, when I was poor, I was very, very poor. And, I wouldn't know what to do because I was in, a situation where I couldn't even help myself, let alone other people. So now that I'm doing better, I'd like to think what I can do to help people. So I was sitting in church with my wife. She's attended the same church since she was a little girl. And the pastor had said something that's kind of struck a chord with me. It resonated with me, and it's stuck with me ever since. It said, love is not a noun, it is a verb. And God's love is requiring you to do something. And I took that to heart. So me and my wife now, we try to find charitable things, actions to do. And to take, for instance, like before the winter comes, sometimes we'll go and we'll knit beanies. I don't knit personally. My wife, she knits, but there's a machine that I can sit there and crank out, and it'll make this tube of knitting. And then the professionals come over and they can, take the tube and they either turn it into a beanie or a scarf. And my wife, she's able to knit things like gloves and scarves and other things. Also, there's charities that we go to and events that we attend and places we donate to, that touch our heart and we feel deserve help. And personally, like for instance, once we were driving home in the rain and there was this homeless man walking across the street and he had no shoes on and he was soaking wet. And I thought to myself, I think I have some clothes and some shoes that I was either going to donate or throw away. And this man is in need. So we were only about 5 minutes away from the house. So we rushed home. I grabbed the stuff. I rushed back out, but I couldn't find them. But even though I couldn't find them, to myself, for me, I still thought that I was being the verb that God would want us all to be. That's my time. Thank you.